Okay, we're going to get the answers for EE3 and 4. On EE3, number 5 is 3 times 10 to the 5th power. Number 12 is choice D. And number 14, the first one is 5 times 10 to the 4th power. The second is 5 times 10 to the negative 3rd power. The third is 5 times 10 to the 6th power. The last is 5 times 10 to the negative 5th power. Looking at our next page, EE4, number 3, the first choice is 7.625 times 10 to the 3rd power. The next is 7.625 times 10 to the 5th power, and the last is 7.625 times 10 to the negative 3rd power. Number 10 is, in standard form, 983,700,000. Number 14 is 5.4 times 10 to the 7th gallons. And then number 16 is choice C. If you miss any of these, you can follow along in the video to get some help. And go back here and start with number 5 on EE3. It says the population of the U.S. is approximately 3 times 10 to the 8th power. The population of Iceland is approximately 1,000 times smaller. Write an estimate for the population of Iceland. So it's saying that Iceland is 1,000 times smaller. We're going to compare in multiples, so we know we're dealing with division. So I'm going to take 3 times 10 to the 8th power, and I'm going to divide by 1,000. Well, there's different ways I can do that, but really the simplest way is write each number in a parenthesis and go to your calculator. If I do this and go to my calculator, it will give me 3 times 10 to the 5th power. Now I could do this another way. I could say 3 times 10 to the 8th power divided by 1,000, which is 10 to the 3rd power, and it would give me 3 times 10 to the 5th power as well, but I like the calculator method the best. Number 12, this is an estimate for which number. The first thing I might do is just see what this is in a standard form. So number 12 in standard form is 0.0006 because we moved the decimal 4 places, and this was a small number because it's negative. And then which of these rounds to 0.0006? Well, this one has 3 zeros in front of the 5, but the 8 will make it round up. Choice B did as well, but notice that 7 would make it round up to 0.0007, so that one didn't work. Number 14, what's the best estimate for each number? Very similar problem. We could round each of these. Say, okay, that first one is about 50,000, which is 5 times 10 to the 4th power. The next choice is about 0.005 when we round, and that's 5 times 10 to the negative 3rd power. The third choice, rounded, is about 5 million, and that's 5 times 10 to the 6th power. The last choice, rounded, is 0.00005, which is 5 times 10 to the negative 5th power. The next standard EE4 is about using scientific notation. And we're just writing each in standard, we're taking the standard form for each number that's given in scientific notation. You can go to your calculator and type these in, going between Sci and English form. When you go at the top of your calculator and you do the degree button, and it's the second function for degree. And it will convert those for you. Number 10, the big thing I want you to notice here is this E. Some calculators, though our class set does not do this, but there are many calculator sets that will use E or use EE, and all that means is times 10. And then whatever number's behind it is your exponent. So this is 9.837 times 10 to the 8th power. And so in standard form, we get 983,700,000. Number 14, water flows over Niagara Falls at a rate of 1.5 times 10 to the 4th gallons per second. Find the amount of water that flows in 1 hour. Express this in scientific notation. Okay, well, we've got the amount per second. We've got to convert seconds to hours, so we can think of a couple things. We have 1.5 times 10 to the 4th per second. How many seconds are in a minute? 60. How many minutes are in an hour? 60. So we can just multiply through that, and we will get this number in scientific notation, 5.4 times 10 to the 7th, and it's measured in gallons. Our last problem, 16. During its productive years, an apple tree can produce 1.75 times 10 to the 4th apples. How many apples can be harvested from an orchard of 700 trees? So this is the amount for one tree. We want to know about 600 of these. So we're just going to say 600 times 1.75 times 10 to the 4th. We just multiply in our calculator, and we do get 1.05 times 10 to the 7th, answer choice C.